win. There we go. There we go. I made it to the gym every day of the challenge, and I've logged all my food, which I know I struggled with. That is a huge win, Miss Shelby. I absolutely adore hearing that. That is so, so great. You've been putting in the work, and I see you tagging me on social media. So extra bonus points for Miss Shelby showing up, putting in the work. Love to see that. Miss Heather finally committed to an amazing program to be the best possible version of me. Yes, that's what we love to hear, Miss Heather. Okay, let's get this show on the road. I'm like, where is everyone tonight? We're gonna miss out on so much value. All right, we're gonna start by sharing my screen. Doo, doo, doo. Let me know if y'all can see my screen. Yes, perfect. Perfect. All right, let's present and get her. Yeah, here. All right, ladies. So today we are going to be going over. Oh, we got Miss Steffi coming on in. Welcome, Miss Steffi. Drop a win in the chat for us. Share a win with us. Today we are talking about workouts and the power of progressive overload. And I think today's topic is going to be extremely helpful for a lot of us ladies that I've been getting on calls with and talking about some different areas of where we've been spinning our wheels or spending our time and just not seeing results. And this training is meant to be interactive, so please try to be present, participate in the live chat, and save all your questions for the end or type them in the chat, and I'll get back to them as we'll be making time for Q&A at the end. Who here wants to stop wasting time in the gym? Say me in the chat. I know I made it. Me. Heck yes, me. Yes. Like who? Like you ladies don't lack the discipline of showing up. But oftentimes, oh, Heather, what are you doing scrolling on my screen over here? How do you, I'm
I'm
actually,
so sorry. I have no idea what I'm doing.
I'm like, did I? I'm like, how did I do that?
Yeah,
And then I just
sorry
see your
about
name
that.
pop up. I'm like, wait a minute.
Okay, I won't hit that little button again.
Time out. So, so funny. I see a few more ladies are trickling in here. Go share a win in the chat from either today or this week, as well as if you are here and you want to stop wasting your time in the gym, actually get the results that you desire, say me in the chat because you ladies aren't the ones who lack the self-discipline of showing up. I know that you girls are going to show up and put the work in, but sometimes we are lacking the proper structure. We're not following the right routine. And so we're putting the work in the gym. We're showing up. We're spending all these hours, time, energy, money on something that's not giving us the results. And that can make us feel really frustrated and want to throw in the towel because, like, who wants to spend all this time and effort and not get the results that you want? Jen, my horse is alive and I'm here. Those are some huge wins. Miss Steffi, I hit 24 grams of fiber today or yesterday. Miss Steffi. Ooh, if y'all don't know, Miss Steffi and I have been working together very closely one-on-one for some time now, and fiber has been one of our biggest hurdles. So hitting 24 grams of fiber is a huge win for Miss Steffi. And Miss Steffi, I'd love for you to tell the ladies here in the chat, how did you set yourself up for success today in order to turn that narrative around and make fiber easy for you?
Um, um, where's the button? Can't find the
You're unmuted,
button.
right? Steph, you're unmuted.
I'm unmuted?
Yeah.
Oh,
Probably make
sorry.
that'll probably make it easier. So how did you set yourself up for success today to hit your
I
fiber
went
goal?
I went on ChatGPT a bit ago,
Mhm.
and then I hunted down all the foods that are high in fiber. It feels like cheating.
It's so
Anyways,
easy, right? Someone else said that the other day. And I was like, it's so easy. Like, why
and
are
then
we not
so
using this?
it gave me a list of fruits. I'm sorry, my brain is like bleh.
No, that's
Fruits
okay.
and veggies and a bunch of legumes. Ugh. Anyways, but fruits and veggies and whatever. So I didn't realize that pears had like I think it's pears, Bartlett pears. They
Yes,
have
they're
like
so good.
and they're good and they have a high fiber content.
Yep.
And so do apples. So I'm like, well,
Mhm.
fuck, if I eat, oops, sorry, if I eat like 2 apples a day, and then I got this omega mix thingy. So if I have 10 tablespoons of those, then I killed like 6 of them. So I just kind of made a game out of it. So that's kind of what I did
I
because
love that. I love
it,
the making a game out of it. It does feel like a game, whether we're chasing after our protein goals or our fiber goals and like looking at different foods. It's like a little math game of like how much do I need to add up and eat to be able to crush my goals today.
so that's what I've been, and it's hard for me to like, if I aim for one thing and aiming for the other is hard. So, but the fiber one I've been really trying hard on. So that's been kind of my thing. So that's what I've been doing. So I've been stocked up on apples and this omega trail mix thingy and Bartlett pears. And so I just kind of went down the
Love
list.
it.
And I like sweet potatoes. So I make sweet potatoes and they
Amazing.
and one day it kind of crawled up to 24. I still don't know how it got to 24. But I got to 24 and I did the happy dance because that's the first time that I got that high. So
I love to hear that. And I also just want to like challenge some of your self-talk there, being like, it's hard to do both because Steph, like you've put in the work over the last few months to ensure that you were consistently hitting your protein and doing really good with that. And so it's really just like thinking about habit stacking because it's not like you're doing it all at once. You've already established hitting your protein pretty consistently. So now you're just adding a new skill to the task, right? Does that make sense?
yeah, it makes sense. It just feels yeah,
You got this.
I got it.
I am a time waster in the gym. Who is Zoom user? Who's Zoom
Oh,
user?
okay. Sorry. Hang on.
Is it Pamela again?
Yes.
You just don't get a name on here ever.
Well, I had one before.
Isn't it P's iPad?
Isn't it what?
You had P's iPad before.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah, you've never had your name as your username on Zoom.
Okay, I don't know how to change it.
That's okay. That's okay. I
All
will
right.
I'll send you some screenshots after of how to change it. But no stress. I'm glad we figured out who you are.
Okay.
Not some lurker today.
Okay.
All right, so women, we want fat loss. We want muscle tone. We want a smaller waist. We want sculpted legs, a firm butt. We want better energy. We want more confidence in our clothes. But most women are doing workouts that do not create those results. Who here feels like you've been putting in the work, showing up to your workouts, and just not seeing the results that you desire? Say me in the chat. Me. So today we are going, whoops, too far. We are going to break down what women think will give them results, why these methods fail, what actually works and why. It's simpler than you think. So what women think gives them results, but actually is holding them back. Mistake number one. We are doing endless amounts of cardio to burn fat. You have no idea how many times I hear that in a day. Women assume that more cardio equals more fat loss, that more sweating equals just fat melting off their body, and longer workouts just mean better workouts. And the truth is, cardio burns calories, but in the moment, but it does not change your body shape over time, okay? You might lose weight, but you're not going to build that toned appearance that we're looking to achieve here. And so, like, I want you to pose a question. You care more about the number on the scale, or do you care more about liking what you see in the mirror and feeling super confident and being super proud of the body that you've built through hard work, repetition, and relentless consistency? What actually happens is you lose muscle mass when you're doing too much cardio. Your metabolism actually slows down. You get smaller, but you don't get toned. Your hunger increases and you hit plateaus so much quicker. Cardio is a tool, but it is not the foundation. Mistake numéro deux, doing random group workouts or found online. So definitely a highlighted conversation from a lot of our challengers this week is either doing group workouts that are randomized or YouTubing a workout and following along. And so we really want to debunk why this is not giving you the results that you're looking for. Because there is no structured plan. There is no progression. There is no consistent muscular stimuli. There is no tracking. Oh, there we go. Got another one coming in. And there's no intentional overload. If your body isn't challenged strategically, it won't change. One example I want you guys to think about is like a construction worker. In the first like few weeks or months of them taking on this really taxing, physically demanding job, they're going to see some body composition changes, right? But there comes a time where they hit a plateau where they're not seeing that speed of like fat loss and muscle definition. And the reason is your body's so adaptable. And so even if we are working a job that is pretty like physically demanding, because we're doing the similar same task day in and day out, it doesn't give your muscle a reason to grow. It adapts rather quickly. And so that is why progressive overload is so crucial for you guys to see any results along your fitness journey. And we'll talk a little bit more about that after. Mistake number 3, chasing the burn, the sweat, or the soreness. How many of you ladies have felt like if you didn't feel an intense workout and you weren't sweating a ton and that you weren't super sore the next day, that you didn't get an effective workout? How many of you feel that way?
Nope. Nope.
Welcome, Maddie, to the chat. Happy that you were able to make it. Me, Shelby. Steph, good pain. Yes, yes. I don't feel sore, so it didn't work. Or I need to sweat a ton to burn fat. Or I need a workout that destroys me. Are the thoughts that are holding you back from seeing success, ladies. Progress is getting stronger over time. If a workout only leaves you tired and not stronger, it's not moving you forward. Mistake number 4. Who here has been guilty of avoiding heavy lifting because they didn't want to get too bulky? Who here has ever feared being too bulky? You can say me in the chat. Some women fear heavy weights. They fear loading or progressively overloading. They fear muscular growth and they fear looking masculine. Me. The truth is, women do not have the hormonal profile to bulk. It requires a ton of intentional hard work and dedication for the women that do quote unquote look bulky. Because like obviously I'm not going to say that some women like there's not women on this planet that don't look bulky, but I'm going to tell you that those women are very intentional and they are putting in a ton of work to be able to build that body composition of bulk, right? This is not something that just comes by accident. Woo! Yeah, yeah. I hope that alleviates some of our stress. So this gives you permission to push hard during your workouts, making sure that we're training to failure, that those last 2 to 3 reps are impossible to complete. But I also want you to think about rep range too. So if we're doing 15 to 20 repetitions on something that's looking to build muscular mass, what do you think those first 10 repetitions are going to look like? They're probably going to be fairly easy. And so don't you feel like you might get a better result or quicker fatigue if you were to actually lessen your rep range so that you're being able to hit that fatiguing point so much sooner than wasting 10 reps? And so we can decrease the rep range, increase the weight. That is where you're going to see the most results in your fitness journey. And no, you're not going to look bulky. Heavy lifting actually creates curves. It creates tone, it creates shape, it creates firmness, fat loss, and it helps with your metabolic health. That toned look is literally just muscle with a lower body fat percentage. Mistake number 5, working out inconsistently. Who here has ever been guilty of working out inconsistently, telling yourself you were going to work out 2, 3, 4, 5 times a week and then not following through on your, oh, there goes the chat. Yeah, yeah. Probably everyone in this chat should be saying me or guilty because I'm sure we have all been guilty of this at some point in our lives. Doing 6 workouts in 1 week and then doing one the next and then none the next. This is what's keeping you stuck. Your body needs repeated stimulus in order to adapt. Random efforts are going to equal random results. Mistake number 6, overtraining and underfueling, which I know a lot of us have been struggling with underfueling here. So many women eat too little, avoid protein, skip meals, train 6, 7 days a week, and don't rest. This is going to trigger muscle loss, slower metabolism, more cravings, lower energy, and burnout. They think that they're being disciplined, but in reality, they're preventing their own progress. Mistake number 7, thinking more is better. More reps, more sets, more days, more cardio. But you can only change your body when you progressively overload, recover properly, and fuel properly. More workouts does not equal more results. Better workouts equal more results. And I was actually just having this conversation with another client of mine this past week and talking about the frequency of workouts and how, like, she was saying, she always has worked out 5 days a week religiously. We cut her down to 4, and she was scared that she wouldn't see as much progress working out only 4 days a week. And we talked about like how sometimes having 5 days a week is great, but if we're inconsistent with those 5 days, if we're continuously missing that fifth day, then we're going to be leaving a specific muscle group not getting trained that week. Versus if we're more strategic in those 4 days where we know we can consistently hit 4 days and properly structure it so that we're getting adequate rest and recovery for that next exercise. And sometimes less is better because then she's able to recover. She's able to push more in those 4 sessions versus feeling burnt out and fatigued and feeling guilt when she's missing that fifth workout. Does that make sense? Yes, in the chat if that makes sense. Bow my head in shame instead. Yes, yes, yes. What actually works, ladies? The number one key is strength training, okay? The benefits are it's going to build muscle. It's going to create that toned appearance that we are wanting. It's going to increase your metabolism, reduce body fat, strengthen your bones, improve your energy, reduce your risk of injury, and improve your mental health. Strength training is the only style of exercise that changes your body composition. Cardio can't do that. Random HIIT workouts can't do that. Pilates alone can't do that. The 6 movement patterns that women need to build their entire routine around to see results are going to be the squat, the hinge, the push, the pull, the lunge, and the carry, whatever variation that may look like. So going over some progressive overload. That means that we are either lifting heavier over time, we are doing more reps every time, we're doing more sets every time, we're improving our form, we're slowing down the tempo, or we are increasing the range of motion of the exercise. If your workouts aren't progressing, your body won't either. You should be following the same quote unquote boring routine for 6 to 8 weeks and pushing the intensity each week in order to see results. This is why repeating random workouts doesn't work. Switching routines too much does not work. And doing light weights forever does not work. Your body needs a reason to change, ladies. Adequate protein and fuel, a little bit about what we talked about on, I think, Tuesday's live. You cannot build or keep muscle without protein, enough calories, carbs for energy, and proper rest. Women want to tone while eating like a bird, but tone equals muscle, and muscle needs fuel. Recovery is essential to see results. Muscle doesn't grow during your workouts. It actually grows during your sleep, your rest days, and stress recovery. When women train properly, they stop spinning their wheels, feeling stuck, overworking without results, and wasting time. And they start to actually see muscle definition, which is the best feeling in the world. If you girlies know what I'm talking about, when you start to see a muscle that you've never seen popping in your body, you're like, hello, who is this? It is so empowering. Losing inches. feeling energized, building confidence, finally seeing their bodies change, enjoying workouts again, and feeling strong, not just exhausted. Strength training honestly turns women into the strongest, most empowered, badass versions of themselves. And if you are ready to get serious about change, DM me personally or comment here in the chat serious. And let's set up a strategy call today to see how I can help you along your fitness journey so that you stop spinning your wheels, because this is exactly what I help my one-on-one clients with inside my coaching program. Some results from my clients. Any questions? Any questions? We're going to stop sharing our screen here. Is one consistent, if one is consistent with 3 weekly workouts, but the days aren't consistent, does that matter? No. As long as you're consistently hitting those training sessions, that is what matters most than on the days. However, I do want to like, you want to pick what works best for you. However, if you are strategizing those workouts with like if you're doing 3 days a week and you put a rest day in between each, then you might have better output in the following workout, if that makes sense. But again, I wouldn't over stress that either, because like ideally we want to be able to build that over time. Raina says hi. Oh, hello, it's Raina. Oh, I'm so glad to hear that she's tuning in with us. Miss Steffi, yes, what question do you have?
Can,
Maddie. Oh, yeah, go ahead, Steph, if you're unmuted.
oh, sorry.
Yeah, that's okay.
Oh,
What's that?
can you do a different weight or workout on one side than on the other? Like my right side is stronger or whatever you want to call it than my left side. If I do something on my right side is one thing, but if I do like something on my left side, it's like a full body. Like if I try to lift my leg on the left side, it's the equivalent of a full body crunch. Like it's like it's literally a full body experience. It hurts like a biatch. So it's like literally like my belly button goes to my back. It's like it just by lifting my leg, it like hurts and sweats and everything. But my right leg, it's not like that. So
Yeah.
is there like, anyways, I don't know if I'm making sense, but it's so when you say like lift weights and lift heavier, but they're not even. So
Yes.
can you?
So obviously you're a special case, Steph, with some of the injuries that we're rehabbing right now, right? So that's going to play into why there's such a vast difference in strength on either side. However, you're not the only one who's going to have a difference. Like we all have a dominant side. Most of like if we're right-handed, most of us are much stronger on that right side than we are on the left side, because we have a lifetime's worth of experience doing things right hand dominant, whether that's grabbing the doorknob, whether it's stirring our soup, like all these different activities being put on one side is going to strengthen that side over time. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So now in terms of like how to correct that, like maybe that might not always be perfect. You might never get like an equal distribution of strength just based on one side always being stronger from the repetitions we put throughout the day to day, but we can also get really intentional about that in our training programs. So when it comes to, let's say we have a vast difference in strength on either side, then I want to be focusing on adding 1 or 2 more sets on that left side to ensure that it's getting more training so that it can try and catch up to our right side, for one. The next thing is always starting on your non-dominant side or on that left side for yourself, so that we're not outperforming on that right side. Our right side might be able to perform more, but if we continuously strengthen that right side further and further and further, it's going to keep creating more of a gap between the left side. And so even though the right side might be able to push more, you always want to match it with the non-dominant side until you can get them pretty even, and then you can start progressing on the right side. Does that make sense?
That makes sense. Okay.
Amazing. Amazing. Maddie, what was that you said? Something about lower reps and higher weight. Yes, that is the bee's knees to seeing success. When we are training, let's say 15 to 20 reps on like a strength specific exercise, and we want to see like results, we want to build muscle, we want that toned appearance. those first, let's say we're doing 20 reps, those first like 10 reps are probably not doing too much. It's probably fairly easy, right? And so we want to shorten that rep range so that we are hitting that fatigue or failure in a much shorter time frame so that we're not having to do a bunch of repetitions that are not actually giving us results. Versus if we do less repetitions with more weight, we're going to be able to hit that fatigue and point more quickly and be able to create these small micro tears in our muscle that's going to adapt and create change so that we can start seeing results. Does that make sense, Maddie? Jen, hi. Yes, let's chat. I look alike. I'll look at my schedule and we can connect. I'll DM you when I look at my schedule. Amazing. Yeah, just let me know what your availability is looking like over these next couple of days and we'll get you scheduled in for a chat as soon as possible. Jen, does any other ladies here have any questions for me? Woo! We can either unmute or type in the chat. Thank you so much for joining us, Miss Shelby. This has been so much fun. You ladies have brought so much hype over these last 4 days. You guys have amazed me with the foods that you've been making, the workouts getting hit, just showing up relentlessly, hyping other women up in the community. It's just been such a wild party this week, and I'm super, super proud of all of you for investing your time, showing up to this challenge, showing up to these live calls, doing the workouts, doing the meal prep, getting in the community, encouraging other ladies in the community. Like that requires time, it requires energy. And I know how precious both of those are for all of you busy, busy ladies. And I just want to say thank you all so much for trusting me with your fitness journeys and being a part of this 4 day challenge. And I just hope that we are able to set you up for success. So again, please make sure to schedule a strategy call with me after this challenge so we can chat a little bit more on how we can continue this momentum going forward after this 4 day challenge and set you guys up for success so that you can see results before Christmas and keep it on long term into the new year and be ahead of everyone else. Thank you all so, so very much for joining me. It has been a pleasure, and I look forward to chatting with you all so very soon. Peace out.